Hello, Fort Smith Public Schools. Just want to give you an update on the listening tour themes we've been hearing across the district and also a recap of last night's board meeting on May 18th. During the listening tour themes around what is the district doing right, we have learned that the district is doing communications and transparency and gathering feedback in the right manners. Also, staff support and recognition has been outlined, as well as a focus on students. Challenges or barriers to student learning or doing your work. One of the things that we've heard about in that category was student attendance and behaviors have been some issues that were communicated. Also curriculum and learning gaps, as well as staff capacity and workforce capacity. We also asked, what should the district start doing, stop doing, and continue doing? On START, we heard support, academic behavior support would be an additional item, as well as stop excessive testing, and also continue the communication, transparency, and gathering staff feedback. And then we just asked, what kind of support do you need from your superintendent or administrative positions at the district? We heard continue the support staff of teachers, also continue staffing workforce capacity challenges, addressing those, and also continue the leadership, communications, and transparency. Again, we appreciate the great feedback we've gathered, and we continue to listen to different departments, and we'll wrap that up in the next couple of weeks. During the last night's board meeting, we had some recognitions. We honored Mark Minnick for his great Excellence in Teaching Award, one of only 3 in the nation, and we're so proud of his accomplishment and the great work he's done for several years at Southside High School. So if you see him, please congratulate him. We also honored Jennifer Steele, who was named the Arkansas Activities and Athletics Administrator of the Year. Her too, she's done a phenomenal job in her position. Please congratulate her for this great award as well. Also, we honored Southside High School Quiz Bowl, won another state championship. We're very proud of the great work we've seen and a real legacy of excellence in that program. Chief Huber was here to give accommodations to Kelby McGee, Jenny Jasmine, Colonel Maherg, and Officer Cox in the way they responded to a crisis situation at Darby recently. We appreciate their great work and appreciate the acknowledgement from our Fort Smith Public Schools Police Department. In our superintendent report, we talked about some things, drew attention to some things in the consent agenda around deleting one of my goals on the life cycle of HVAC, roofing, and marquee. We also talked about some annual adjustments and assurances that we had to get signed as part of our state and federal requirements. I gave the board an update on noise mitigations. We learned the process at OR Learning will take about 10 months overall, and the plan to move around to avoid as much disruption as possible. Also talked about some changing in the grant wording that we can expect to see in the future. We mentioned to the board as well, right sizing has been completed as far as all staffing from Sutton and Spradling have been placed in the district, and we appreciate the patience of our staff at both Sutton and Spradling as we've worked through the placement of all those employees. We certainly don't want to lose any of our great people. And then we talked a little bit about some exciting things across the district, like the Kavanaugh Little Free Library that they've rolled out. Also, the Northside Red Shoe activity has raised $20,000. They had a goal of $15,000, but raised $20,000 to give to the Ronald McDonald House here locally. We appreciate their great work. And we wanted to also acknowledge Ms. Hardcastle at Northside High School for winning the NWA Golden Apple Award. We highlighted the seniors as they walked back to elementary schools this last week, and also wanted to honor them as we had some excellent graduation events over the last couple of days. And then we also wanted to brag on our Fort Smith Public Schools Foundation and their support in the way they recognize our staff. We concluded by just acknowledging the great work at our Rookies and Retirees Banquet, as well as acknowledging our Superintendent Stars of the Month at our elementary schools. Action items that the board took, they have approved the consent agenda. They also approved the 26-27 board meeting schedule, as well as the work sessions that will be up and coming this next year. We had some updates on our cybersecurity plan, and one of my goals to enhance that has been achieved. We talked about the second lien bond of $15 million to go back into our facilities for maintenance and repairs, and the board approved that second lien bond of $15 million. The Long Range Planning Committee gave a recommendation on how to utilize Spradling and Carnell in the future, and the board approved sending our Parker staff to Carnell, sending the Rogers Center staff to Carnell and the Service Center, and also sending adult education to Spradling Elementary School. We discussed our Atlas data. I just got to brag on our teachers and our leaders in our buildings. We've seen some great improvement in the achievement scores, so we've seen that. We really appreciate the great work and the results you all have gotten and the great work of our students and teachers in this. We will yet to get the information on what growth looked like, understanding that growth is a large part of the calculation for letter grades, but we do have the achievement scores in, and those look to be improved. We presented the charter school application of Global Innovation Academy at Bonneville. I'll be speaking to the Department of Education this Thursday along with the team about the Global Innovation Academy, and we will speak to the charter authorization panel to make one more step forward and hopefully opening that academy in the fall of 27. We also had a community group come and recommend that we rename the Service Center to the Dr. Benny L. Gooden Service Center. The board approved that renaming as long as the private funds are used for the changes of signage and things of that nature. So we had a great board meeting as always. I always would just ask if there's something I've said that interests you, please go back and watch the entire board meeting on video. And also thank our board of directors when you see them for the great work they do serving our district and our students and you. And I also just hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.